Why did the Soviet Union collapse? I came here to say why the Soviet Union, so great, suddenly collapsed. The Soviet Union was founded in 1922 by Lenin. Lenin of the Bolshevik Party was able to take control of Russia after the defeats of the Russian Empire. Lenin was a radical. When he came to power, he was able to establish the country and eliminate opponents. Lenin died of illness after a while. After Lenin's death, Lenin's Georgian party colleague Joseph Stalin succeeded Lenin. Stalin was more radical than Lenin. He was able to quickly strengthen the Communist Party in Russia. Stalin was able to rule for a long time and was able to maintain and expand his borders by building factories and focusing on military power. Stalin transformed the government into a dictatorship and an atheist state. And of course, in 1933, a few hundred kilometers away, the Germans were also advancing and conquering Europe. Nazi Germany was soon able to conquer small countries around it and move on to larger countries such as Poland and France. Nazi Germany was soon able to conquer small countries around it and move on to larger countries such as Poland and France. Soon after the German ground attacks on the surrounding areas of World War II began, Britain and America, seeing Germany and its allies taking over Europe, became very discouraged. But the Soviets didn't want to intervene because they didn't think Germany would ever attack them. When Nazi Germany came eastward and invaded Soviet territory, it was truly terrifying for the Soviets, because until then they had not thought that Germany would invade the east. Stalin immediately seized Iran in 1941 with the help of Britain and America so that he could move weapons. Persia fell quickly because it did not have a strong army, and because it was known that it would not resist much, the Shah of Persia was exiled. The Soviet Union and Britain, under the pretext that Persia had very distant intentions or interests with Germany, occupied Persia and made it the location of their military bases. But Germany soon expanded its territory on the European front and attacked the Soviet Union. While Stalin was watching in Moscow, the Germans were only a few dozen kilometers away from Moscow. But the cold of the Soviet lands prevented the Germans from advancing further, and they were also fighting on the Western Front. The Germans were defeated on the Western Front, and the Soviets were able to advance into Eastern Germany and divide Germany into eastern and western parts. It was at that time that the Soviet Union reached the peak of its territory. After Stalin, several leaders came. In 1955, after a leadership struggle, Nikita Khrushchev became the leader. During his leadership, he oppressed and oppressed nationalities. Towards the end of his leadership, the country became more chaotic, famine came, and the people became more dissatisfied. Leonid Brezhnev succeeded Nikita Khrushchev in 1977 and remained leader until 1982. The Soviet Union was becoming increasingly disorganized. The exhausted Soviet Red Army could no longer defend its borders. Gorbachev, the last leader to preserve the Soviet Union in the final years of the Cold War and confront Reagan, resigned in 1991, and many countries were able to come to power, including Ukraine, which was the heart of the Soviet Union.